All right. We might actually do this the other way around. The pre-show might actually come out on Sunday, and the podcast is probably going to come out on Thursday. So it'll be slightly the wrong way
The
around. But
after party then.
hey, yeah, after party. There you go. We'll call it the after party for this week. So you've obviously already listened to the excellent Ella J from our Wrestling Gal podcast. Such a good episode, Matt. We were laughing right from the first minute. So yeah, no, good times, good times. You said I did say to you in the podcast, I was like, hey, I'm not gonna. Keep it short. How are you? Because I want to get talking to Ella J. So I will ask you sincerely now, and you can be as long as you like in your answer within reason. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you, Graham. I'm doing
Oh,
pretty good. This weekend, coming up, for example, me and Chris are heading off back to our venue, and we're going to be looking around it again. We're taking my mum and my stepdad with us, so we're going to
uh-huh.
be looking around that. So it'll be great. I'm probably going to get half a cart of prosecco again, because I seem to have a habit of doing that. If it's free booze, I'll have it. I've been told that as well, but just because the drinks are free on the plate, I shouldn't take advantage of that all the time. I believe that's right, Chris, isn't it? I'm just getting a nod. Huh?
You can share my news as well.
Have you? Oh, okay, Chris. Okay, apparently I can share some news.
No.
The reason you didn't actually talk about this last week, Graham, even though we said we were going to mention it on the pre-show, you said you're going to get it out of me.
Well, we did. We talked off air and we said that, and then we just left it hanging.
Well, I
We didn't bring it
can,
up.
but you can't get out of me now, Graham. The reason is because
Well, I already know the reason.
Chris has a new job.
Congratulations, Chris. Yes, no, I knew, and then I said, okay, that's fine. We won't bring it up. And I didn't stick to my guns as I said I was going to. But yeah,
He had a new job, and he had a start date at the end of a month, and I am extremely pleased for him. Um, it's a brand new adventure, and who like new adventures? It's great.
yep.
So this has been a very good week in general. Um, I'm aware that I'm meant to be losing weight at the moment, obviously, but I made fried chicken at work on Tuesday, which isn't the healthiest thing to have. But every now and again, a treat is good, obviously, as we all know.
Absolutely.
And it flew out the door. I couldn't, literally chicken, but I couldn't keep up with demand.
Hmm.
Fantastic. And today I did a roast dinner, flew out the door as well. And I've now been asked to create my own burger for work, and I'm like, yes, this is all. I'm literally in the best place of my life right now. I've got everything going well everywhere in my life right now. I could not have been better right now.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, man, it's given the last 18 months where the world has been. I think this is probably the happiest I've ever been. Happy
It's
for
good.
everybody. Everyone in my life is doing really well at the moment. Why is that a funny thing? You're going to be crashing out of earth.
No, I'm not going to say that at all. As you were talking, I know as soon as you were talking to Chris, I'll let you finish your thoughts. You talked about the wedding there. I already bought you a wedding gift. I saw something. I mentioned it to you. You said, "Hey, how about the wedding?" I was like, "You got it." I was like, "You got it." So, you and
I was
Chris.
for the tape. I was joking, but I'm very happy to have them.
I don't see why not. Like, it's totally your thing. As soon as I saw it straight away, I was like, "Oh, you guys would love this." So it's a Mickey Mouse toaster and a waffle maker because I figured they were going to be like ridiculously expensive with it being the Disney thing. And then I said, "Which one do you want?" And then I responded, I was like, "Never mind, I'll just get you both of them." Like, so you got to go to the Primark. So you got a Primark about 10 miles away. So
Yeah.
still waiting for your details on PayPal. I said I will send you the money and you can go get them. You don't have to wait until. It seems silly to put them away until the wedding. Like, get fun with them right now. Like, it's pointless keeping things like that.
Well, I'm not going to say it out on here for obvious reasons,
Well,
but
no, but I need. I wasn't expecting you to, but no, I will need those information. You've been ignoring my tweets all day, so
I've
it's
been a
like
little
okay.
bit busy, unfortunately.
I know,
A
I
little
know.
bit busy, but yeah, it's I'm very happy with that. The waffle maker is extremely exciting because, as I mentioned to you before, you can't get waffle Mickles, Mickey waffles outside of Walt Disney World or Disneyland.
Yeah.
They're
Hmm.
exclusive. You get them. You get them at breakfast time everywhere across the parks. You can't get
Well,
them outside.
Would that spoil the experience, though? Would it make it... I did wonder about that.
I don't know. The toaster I'm very excited about. I love being with toast. And
You're not going to cut your toast after that, because we had that discussion.
Straight down the middle.
Like, oh, you're going to cut him straight down his face? Oh, you beast.
Because that way you can fold it in half, make a sandwich.
Okay.
All about angles, Graham.
It is. See, I was excited about it, and I'm not even really that big of a Disney person, so I was like, if I find this interesting, then I'm pretty sure you guys would be totally interested in this. So.
Oh, absolutely. And if you don't like toast.
I had something. I think I had a WWE Waffle Maker at one point, and then somebody else bought us another one for Christmas, and I was like, we already have one. I was like, can we send it? And then when I came back, like mine had disappeared, and the other one was in its place. I was like, oh, thanks, I guess. So much, as often happens as in marriages, sometimes things disappear, and that was one of those.
Is that a bit like that can of baked beans that's been that over at your indoors that no one claims to know who it is?
That was a can of Pepsi. I had to drink that.
Fair enough.
Diet Pepsi. Yeah, I was wondering if you were talking about, because you comment. Oh, I was going to ask you about your reaction to that. I posted about I saw on my Facebook timeline today some Dr. Pepper baked beans. It was like from 3 years ago, and I was like, oh. So I looked it up, and it was $1.85. I was like, that's good, and $10 shipping. I was like, I'm not doing that. And then I can't get them in Virginia, but when I go up to my in-laws, there's one 10 miles away. So I was like, great, I guess I can go buy some then. Then I looked on their website, and they were doing 12 tins for $30, shipping included. Like $2.50 a tin. I was like, sure. But it wasn't just the Dr. Pepper ones. It's also jalapeno and bacon, which I was like, hey, I like both of those. And then there was another one, which I don't remember as well. So, but yeah, you had, I think that character is Pikachu. Of course, I'm joking. I know it's Pikachu. I just want to mock you for a little bit. Yeah, you had the reaction of like, and I couldn't tell if that was like, you're paying $30 for that crap? Or like, ooh, that's kind of an interesting type of bean.
To be fair, I know full well that putting sweetness with baked beans does work. I know that some flavors shouldn't work together, they do. Prime example: would you ever think to put watermelon with marshmallow?
No.
Works. Shouldn't. Does. Chili chocolate shouldn't. Infusion work.
Was watermelon and mustard, because I heard somebody mention that to me. Worked surprisingly well. Yellow mustard.
Yeah. By the way, I like. I saw the other week when you guys stopped for Croc out Gator-Bites. Yeah. Tastes like chicken.
Yeah, it was the best quality chicken though. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But American food has annoyed me this week a little bit. We're starting because Graham, obviously the weeks are counting down. I'm getting closer and closer to being stateside, of course. We've got to do our food order.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable! Why does it cost so much for a bottle of milk?
Because you because you voted for Brexit.
No, in your country.
Oh, in my country, it's not that expensive. Like, it depends where you shop, of course. It's like $2 for a gallon.
Well, if you want a dozen eggs, you're looking at least $4.50.
No, you're not. Where are you shopping at? I don't know where you're shopping.
Somewhere
you getting them shipped to England?
No, the Walt Disney World.
Oh, well, of course they're jacking up the price. Oh, if you're talking about, that's like talking about stadium prices, like a beer for $10. Like, are you crazy? Yeah, well, in a stadium, sure. In Walt Disney World.
I understand all of that, but the ticket prices, they're ridiculous. The prices were ridiculous. That wasn't including VAT and delivery.
Of course. Yeah, well, you go outside and you go and shop you go to your local Aldi or something, like you would in England, and then you can get that
But we
stuff.
haven't got a car. We can't do that.
Oh, dear. Well, that's unfortunate.
Not paying.
You might be able to do like an order. You might be able to order, like, you can obviously order from a supermarket and get that stuff delivered.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, and you're still saying it's that much?
Yes.
I don't know what supermarket you're ordering from, but yeah.
Florida for a start.
Well, Florida, yeah. I'm sure they just jack everything up because they know the gullible tourists will pay it.
We need to, unfortunately.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
We do eat a lot of eggs. Well, me and Carol do. Chris won't touch them, but
just stock up when you go to Universal. I think that's what you said. Oh, that's at SeaWorld, sorry. Just eat a week's worth of food at SeaWorld and then you're good.
To be fair, the food prices inside Disney World itself are actually very reasonable.
Okay.
They're actually quite reasonable. And you can get, and actually, you get one thing I have learned in America, you get good portions for your money. So that's not too bad. And also this is my second time, so I know where some of the good haunts are now. So I'm like, well, I know you can go to you come into Hollywood Studios on the left, you've got the back lot, and they do an amazing chicken and chips there. Or you can go around to a Toy Story Land, and you can eat at Woody's. I think it's Woody's Roadshow. They've got the most amazing mac and cheese bites with potato barrels, which are basically just which are amazing. It's something for everybody there, and churros cost about $8 though, but they are like that sort of size.
And that's a Woody? Is that what you're saying?
No, the churro.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
right. Before I forget, there was a devil's advocate I was looking at for you, and I meant to ask Zachary Shiloh for help on this, and then I just got busy and I totally forgot. And I don't remember the full details right now. Did you see the story about Drew McIntyre saying that he had a crush on the pink Power Ranger?
Which one?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess you didn't see the story then. So I was going to try and base a devil's advocate around that, and I was trying to pick out like the worst Power Ranger. I remember it was a blue one, but I don't know which one. I was like, there's that many? I thought there was like 4. I googled worst 10, and that filled up straight away. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know.
Oh, I could do a top. I could do a top.
Remember, I said I was going to keep this short. You could talk for another 20 minutes on Power
I'm not going.
That was not my aim, but I wondered if you saw the story with Drew McIntyre.
I had not, but everyone at that time period, if they were of that particular persuasion, had a thing for Amy Jo Johnson, who was the original Pink Ranger. They all did.
Okay. See, I wasn't sure if they were talking about the character inside the costume or the costume itself. I could tell which way they were.
It was the girl. For
right.
sure.
And I had no idea who it was.
She was one of the biggest teenage heartthrobs of the mid-90s, for sure.
So I could have almost twisted this into almost like a Bob Mills level of devil's advocate then, as seen at a Fighting Talk episode, possibly.
No, Graham, you could not have done that.
It would have been equally as inappropriate. We're just talking between ourselves right now. No one else has a clue what we're talking about. So, anything else you want to talk about, Matt?
Yeah, unfortunately, but the sad news that's just broken in the last few minutes, actually, Graham. Lionel Blair's died.
Oh, no.
He was 92.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very sad. Yeah, he passed away earlier this morning, apparently.
I hear about him on a fairly frequent basis, which might surprise you. I listened to the radio show. I'm sorry, I haven't a clue. Like, I got all 75 series going back 42 years, and it's probably my favorite thing to listen to. So I'll regularly listen through. I go through them on rotation. Once I get to the end, I go back to the start again, which is a big gap in time. But they always talk about Lionel Blair. I don't know if you've ever listened to the show, but there's a lot of innuendo, and they pretty much mock him every single episode, because they do a round called Sound Charades, where instead of acting like Lionel Blair used to on Give Us a Clue, they give the clues verbally. So, yeah, sad news.
It is very sad.
Una Stubbs died earlier this year as well, if I remember, because I seem to remember the story to do with Wurzel, the connection with Wurzel Gummidge. So I think Una Stubbs, who used to appear with him on, also died 92, pretty good innings, Matt. I'd take 92 right now.
There's a lot of good people passing away this year. Lionel Blair, obviously, no one ever said a bad word about him. He's just one of the best showmen of all time.
Yep.
Mo Walker, obviously, earlier this year. Every time his tribute show comes on the TV, which is often, believe it or not, I'll get a tear in my eye. Even still, I mean, he died in March, and it still upsets me.
Yep.
You think I never met the man, but you think I'd be over it?
I
don't think I'd ever go over it. Very sad. But I thought, he had one hell of an innings, of course, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing, of course. Shall we touch on the football side of things going quickly or not?
I think very limited, because I'm sure most people are not interested in that at all.
In terms of obviously on Saturday lunchtime in the UK, Man City are playing Man United. I'll be doing the coverage alongside Mag and Tanner for what I'm expecting to be a 6-0 thrashing.
I hope so.
I sort of don't.
You want Ollie to stay at the wheel?
Yeah, forever.
I see where the torn loyalties are from, but yeah, he's been riding his luck. He got bailed out again midweek in Champions League by Ronaldo in the 90th minute, so they're not a good team. They are not a good team.
I mentioned this in the Takers chat. How can one man be so amazing and yet so terrible in the same game? Cristiano Ronaldo is not papering over the cracks. He is sticking plaster on an open heart surgery.
I did mean to send you guys a tweet, and I forgot about it. It came up on my Facebook feed, and it was pretty much Ollie has already lost more matches than Jurgen Klopp's lost in his first 3 years. Now, I can't remember how many weeks into his reign this was. And the thing that made it stand out more is Mags's fact that he said he had the 3rd best winning percentage in the Premier League or something like that. And I was like, at the time, it didn't seem like a likely
For
stat.
Man United managers, yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay, but it seems even less likely when I heard that stat, because he had a horrible time at the start. I remember that. Like, he lost frequently, so I don't know. It gave him less credence.
But when you consider the managers that have been at Man United in the Premier League is Sir Alex Ferguson,
I guess so.
Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, David Moyes, Ryan Giggs, and so they've been 6 managers. And
I guess so.
Just for the record, 5 of them have been in the last 8 years.
I guess so. All right, fair enough.
I love it. Oh dear. Ollie's at the wheel.
Right, they're spending a lot of money and they are struggling. So
spending money and not
good
playing
times
them.
come on.
Spending money on players and not playing them.
See, if Liverpool did that, you'd say that's the Klopp way. Like, he didn't bring Robertson in straight away. Like, he hasn't brought in
2 games.
No, he didn't play for like first 6 months. He was behind Moreno.
2 games.
He was behind Moreno. He might have came in for 1 game. He did not properly start for 6 months.
2 games.
And same with Canate as well, if that's how you pronounce his name. Like, he didn't bring him in immediately, even though he was the big signing in the summer. So I'm going to disagree a little bit.
I'll give you Canate, but Robertson came in after the 2nd game when Moreno had given away 3 goals in 2 matches.
Okay.
Moreno didn't start a game after that for Liverpool in the Premier League.
All right. Perhaps I got that one wrong. Perhaps my facts are wrong on that one, but I saw that recently, so perhaps I'm wrong. All right. I'll bow to your, I don't want to say wisdom, but I'll bow to your fact on this one.
On that bombshell, we'll call it a night, I think, Graham. What about next week, people? Take care.
We have an amazing guest next week as well. I'm very excited for again, but I think we'll save that for a few extra days, and then we'll announce that next week, I think.
It's Brock Lesnar. We're out of here.